And we'll start from the beginning. All right, restart that. So today's presentation will be cybersecurity and digital safety basics. My name is Alex Rorio, presented by Middle Tennessee IT and Cable and Solutions. This is a part of the Community Tech series just to make super simple and easy to understand tech tips, basic kind of guidance on how to manage cybersecurity, keep your systems running smooth, so on and so forth. So let's get started. Why this matters. Cyber threats are no longer limited to corporations. In fact, small businesses, local organizations, individuals and family members, remote workers, and personal devices are typically going to be attacked just as often. Today's most common cyber threats are typically going to fall under phishing emails, text message and phone scams, ransomware, social engineering, and compromised passwords. Phishing emails explained. Phishing emails are emails that are designed to trick you, whether it be a malicious link, having you enter your login credentials, opening an attachment that's infected with malicious malware, or anything that's just not good for your machine, or a proven fraudulent request, whether it be a fake email from a boss that you work for or somebody that you know personally asking for something with a little bit of urgency, and they just try to trick you. Here are some examples of phishing emails. This first one's going to be from PayPal. It's made to look like you spent money from your PayPal. You don't think you spent money. You don't recognize this transaction. So what do they want you to do? Click on this here link. Why? Because that link is most likely infected or some type of malicious something going on with it. You just don't want to click on it. So in this case, what we would recommend doing is going directly to PayPal and just checking your transactions and making sure everything looks good. See if you do have this transaction there. If you don't, then honestly, we'd probably recommend just ignoring it and kind of leaving it alone, which is the best thing to do with phishing emails. Here's another one with the password reset. They want you to click on this malicious link, which is kind of a good example on how you can detect a phishing email, is hovering over the link itself, not clicking on it, just hovering on it and seeing where the link will take you. See, this one says chatbot. You probably don't want to click on something that's called chatbot when it's involving your password reset. It's not really a safe URL to go to, in my opinion, when you're involving your password. Or with this one, with Norton Security, this is a pretty common one, where you get an email saying you owe X amount of money, or you're going to be charged X amount of money. Oh, let me go back. For a subscription that you're not paying for. These are very common. They want you to call this number. They'll have you enter banking information or share your credit card information or send you more links that are malicious and just kind of not good for you to mess with. In these cases, we recommend just deleting them. Another popular one that you probably all have experienced is text message and phone scams. Fake packages deliveries, bank verification requests, password reset messages, urgent account warnings, so on and so forth. I know we've probably all gotten a toll request saying that you went through a toll and you now owe money, or the DMV, you got to go get a new license or something, so on and so forth. There are just so many scams. If it looks suspicious, it's probably suspicious. Just leave it alone. Delete the message. Here are some important tips you can take if you do nothing else. Password managers, whether it be LastPass, OnePass, Bitwarden, Keeper Password, Apple Password, and Google Password Manager, all work as great options to store and generate secure passwords for you that are going to be unique from the next password. You don't want to share passwords, and this makes it super easy to not share passwords and also use really secure passwords. On top of that, you want to match that with a multi-factor authentication app, whether it be Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, Duo Authenticator. Apple now has authentication built into their password app, so on and so forth. Just another form of security that makes it harder for your account to be compromised. You want to make sure everything stays up to date, whether that be your phone, your computer. If it has software updates, it's probably best to go ahead and run them every so often just to make sure security patches and everything's just working right. And reliable backups. You never know when something may happen. Having a backup comes in handy, whether it be your system crashes or a compromised system does take place, or you lose your system and you need to back it up to something new. It's just good to have backups. Limited access to admin control. Some of this may not apply to some residential users, but for businesses, this is important. Not every employee should have access to be able to download stuff and just do whatever they want on the system. Only a handful of people who are trusted and know what they're doing should have admin access. That will come in handy one day. Check links before you call. If you're unsure of the link, if it's suspicious and you don't know if it's something you should click on, call the person who sent it to you to verify. Whether if it was a text message, an email, even a social media link that you get from Instagram or Facebook. If it looks suspicious, call the person directly and ask them. Password security. Some of the things we recommend doing is to not reuse passwords, no short or simple passwords, don't write the passwords down. Instead, use a password manager that generates a long, unique password for each individual login. Honestly, that's just the easiest way to do it. Most password managers will autofill logins for you, so once you've made the password, it knows when you're going into that account, and it will fill in the box for you, and you're ready to go. It's really nice and convenient, and it just adds a ton of safety to your account. Multi-factor authentication. It adds a second step to the login. Whether it be a text message, this is least secure, but sometimes it's the only method you have, but it's better than nothing. Security keys and push approvals, whether that be through Outlook or some form of authenticator app that supports this. But using multi-factor authentication is just a second level of security that makes it harder for your account to be compromised. Backup misconfiguration or misconceptions. Cloud storage is not always a backup. OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, those backup local drives, but they're not really sometimes in the business world considered a fail-safe solution. They can also fail. Really, you want to do real backups that have version history, isolated storage locally and in the cloud, and recovery testing so you know that it actually works. Protecting devices. Both business and personal devices have to be protected nowadays. Everyone is a target, and every device, if it has an internet connection, can be targeted, and even if it does not have an internet connection, can be targeted. Whether it be your car, your phone, your TV, your refrigerator, your microwave, so on and so forth. If it has Bluetooth or some form of signal that it's putting off or can be read, it's a target of some form of compromise. That's why we recommend only installing trusted software, avoiding unknown links, connecting to only secured Wi-Fi's, whether that be through a VPN or your own trusted network, and using strong passwords. Simple preventative measures. These steps can help you take some preventative measures to keep your account safe. Use password managers, keep devices updated, be cautious with links that you do not trust, and verify any unusual requests. It goes a long way if something just feels wrong, if a link just doesn't feel like something you're not used to getting, to verify with the source and just making sure it's something that you actually need. This is the final takeaway. Cybersecurity doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, with a few apps, it's pretty easy. Just use a password manager, multi-factor authentication, and avoid clicking on any malicious links that you don't trust, and that avoids 90% of your problems. Small habits can drastically reduce risk. It's like, again, just make sure you stick to using secure passwords and multi-factor authentication, avoid any suspicious links. If you get any calls from anyone that just sounds suspicious, you weren't expecting it, then just kind of double check with another source and make sure it's correct. Make sure that's actually something that is something you need to do. In most cases, it usually is, but it's better to check and just kind of verify. And that's it. We try to make it simple. I'm sorry if I was a little all over the place. This is my first presentation. I will get better as time goes on. I'm going to upload this file to YouTube and to our website. So if you want to check it out in the future, please do, and have a good one.